Hey everybody, welcome back to the One World Quilt Along. We are on block 5. I don't know about you guys, but it's a little chilly here in the studio, but I'm excited to get busy on some quilts again. So I'm gonna dig right in. It's block 5, the well block. I'm gonna make a couple changes to it. I added a couple new drawings into Quilt Fusion that I want to add to this block, and then I also have a couple tips. There's some large pieces on this block that may not fit on your fusible webbing. So I've got a little tip for you to use if you're kind of cobbling pieces together to make these up. And then just a couple things to look out for as you sew this onto your other 4 blocks at the top. So just those 3 things. I'm gonna dig in with the computer. Let's go. Okay, I've got block 5 loaded up here in the editor, and one of the things, I've already made this block once already. These little fishies here have quite a few little pieces. I was debating on either doing some sort of embellishments in some of those pieces or switching them out entirely. I drew a couple new items in here that should be kind of fun to use. There's a selection of dolphins. And I'm going to go ahead and select these and delete them. So grab this dolphin here, and he's going to be jumping out of the water. Grab this one. This one was a good one. And I wanted a mama and a baby dolphin here. I'm going to lay the baby dolphin over top. And then there's a couple other fish that are a little bit simpler than the ones that are in there by default. But really just what I wanted was kind of some simple school of fish. Not too intricate, but just to kind of add to the environment there. And the last thing I'm going to add is a little splash for this dolphin. Okay, so now I need to consolidate these fabrics a little bit, use the ones that I have in there currently. First one I'm going to do is I'm going to use a global, select and grab all of these fishies at one time and give them a same green color that's in the sashing. Then I'm going to grab these 2 pieces and I want to make them this same color that's the belly of the whale. Splash, I'm going to use the same watercolor, so hopefully it'll just blend in pretty well with the existing water that's on that piece. And then this guy I'm going to go with a little bit darker so he pops up there. That's the same fabric that's in the top of the whale there. And I'm ready to get my pattern. I'm going to print this out and get started on this block. Okay, if you're like me at this point in the process, you probably have multiple little scraps of fusible laying around. You may have bought your fusible in 8.5 by 11 sheets, which when you go to trace these pieces is not going to fit the whole piece on some fusible. So just a little tip here that I was going to show you if you want to use some scraps of fusible and stuff like that to kind of make up that thing. What you want to do is lay out your scraps of fusible, how you're going to want it best use to make it as economic as possible. And this area here where these 2 pieces of fusible overlap, I'm going to put 2 crosses on the pattern. So right here and right here. Okay. Now when I go to trace this, I'm going to also mark these X's. Go ahead and trace this shape. Okay. And now with this one, again, as long as those crosses are covered in here, I'm going to mark those first. trace this whole shape. do want to mark this F11, and this one's F11. Okay. I'm going to turn on my iron. Okay, I've got my fabric ironed out here. I'm going to go ahead and cut pretty close to my... So what those two X's are is they're registration marks. That's going to allow me to line these up very accurately so that there's no shift or anything like that. So now I can lay this best where it'll be, and as long as I line up this X with this X and this X with that one, my shape's going to be spot on. So I can go ahead and iron down. Now it's okay, these are overlapping, but as long as the bottom part has fusible on it, when I peel off the paper, the whole shape will have fusible. Alright. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut out right on the line here. And if I get my shape here, my pattern lines up, it's ready to go. Like I said, this will peel off that back side, and this will peel off of the fabric. And I can go ahead and get ready to place all my pieces down. So I'll do that for all of the large pieces. Small pieces will be just like normal. And I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of these pieces. Alright, I got my 4 blocks up here. I'm just using them for reference right now. I've got my background fabric cut to size, and I've got my top and bottom sashing sewn onto this block. Again, doing the quilt as you go method, this one's going to be quilted with these 2 sashings on it. I'm going to line up the edges on the left and the right with my 4 blocks at the top. And the reason why I'm doing this is so that when I lay this down, I can make sure that the globe's going to line up with the edge of the water globe and this curve on this side as well. So I want to make sure that when I fuse this down, regardless of any inconsistencies I have up here, my water block is going to be in line with the globe. And then the tail and my other little dolphin, which I guess I need to find again. He's around here somewhere. Oh, there he is. We'll be overlapping the border. So, once I fuse this down, I'm going to put batting behind here and I'm going to quilt everything up. I'm not going to quilt anything that's going to go over this seam. So I probably won't quilt the top of him, and I won't quilt the top of this tail over here. Start fusing this down a little bit better. I'm not going to fuse the tail. Just going to fuse the bottom of him into place. Alright, so that's it. I'm going to put some batting behind here, and I'm going to go ahead and quilt this up. Alright, I've got everything quilted. Before I trim off the excess batting, I'm going to pin back these fins that overlap that seam. That way I don't accidentally cut them off or sew them into the seam when I go to do it. Alright, there we go. Block 5 is on and secured. So we got one more block to go, and then we get to do the borders and wrap this thing up. Pretty exciting. Again, always got to remind you to stop by the Facebook group, share your progress. We want to see some photos. We're starting to get a globe happening here, so let's see what's going on, and we'll see you next month. Thanks. Bye.